Hi, this is Cindy Cochran. Welcome to the archives of the Cindy Cochran Show. Remember, I'm live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 11, right here on irlonestar.com. You can be a part of the show by calling 936-647-3776. Also, please visit my Facebook page, The Cindy Cochran Show. And let me say a special thanks to our show sponsors, BK Meyer Photography. If you would like to be a sponsor of The Cindy Cochran Show, contact me at cindy@irlonestar.com. Enjoy! Good morning, everybody. You are listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. Yes, you are. It is Wednesday. We are halfway through 24 hours before you can go see Star Wars in this area. Now, I don't know if everybody else has.
I already saw it.
You did not.
Yeah, I got an illegal copy last night.
An illegal copy?
Illegal copy.
Should you be saying that on the radio?
It doesn't matter. Bring it on. I will let you know Princess Leia dies.
Good.
Okay.
Spoiler alert.
He
Spoiler
is
alert,
so
guys.
lying. He
She
is
dies.
so lying. Now, see, what makes me mad is I know you're lying, so now I know she doesn't die. And I may be hoping that she did.
Well,
and
how would I
can't
know
even-
if she doesn't die then? If I don't know at all?
Well, yeah, but now you've got me. I'm going to
Now
just
we're
be
playing mind
watching her.
games here.
I'll be watching her character.
Did you ever see that video of when Harry Potter came out, the book came out, like the 5th book, or whenever Dumbledore gets killed?
Yeah.
They drove around the Books a Million and stuff, and it's like, Snape kills Dumbledore! And everyone's like in the line waiting to buy the book going, oh man! That was so... You haven't heard about this?
No.
It's when the book was like first released, and so people were like in line buying the book, and this guy would drive around in his car, roll down the window, and all the people waiting in line is like just scream, Snape kills Dumbledore, and people would just sigh like, oh.
Now, see, that is Richard's hero. He would think that was so incredibly cool that guy did that, don't you? Isn't that right?
Yeah, I think it'd
see.
be hilarious.
He thinks it's freaking hilarious. Why do you think
Yeah.
he brought it up on the show?
Well, see, that's what he... Listen, the comments are coming right out of the mouth of Jarrod Sterrett that I haven't introduced yet. Michael Player is
Good
here,
morning,
of course.
Cindy.
It is Wednesday. Good morning, Michael. And our added special guest is Jarrod Sterrett. And so, you know what? You have as much trouble spelling his name as I had pronouncing his name. When you texted me,
Don't go off of that.
STERRETT.
There's
Yeah.
2 R's per thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I
2 R's
remember
the
it.
first name, 2 R's the second
And then
name.
do you have 2 T's?
Yes, two
Yes.
T's.
Yeah, so 222.
Yeah, two.
Sierra Tango Echo Romeo Romeo Echo Tango Tango.
There you go. Now I've never heard
That's
it spelled.
code word for
I hadn't
Jarrod
spelled it that
Sterrett.
way. Yeah. No, I love it. So he's going to be interjecting as well as Michael Player, which you guys know that because Michael likes
normal
to
Wednesday thing.
interject. Yes, normal Wednesday thing.
Interjection.
And of course, Michael's here to be with his own opinion. And I know Jarrod has his own opinion, and that's why this is called the most opinionated radio talk show ever. You know, just anybody else forget about it because you don't know what opinions are until you get to be 67 years old. Anyway, so but I know Jarrod is an old soul, and you have a lot of opinions. You do. You have most people your age wouldn't have as strong opinions as you do.
Are you
So-
talking to me?
Yes.
Do they know?
Are
they're
you
ta-
listening?
Do they
Are
know
you
that
listening?
they are talking to? That you were
Michael?
talking to me? I don't know if our audience.
Michael Player. Yeah, I've
So
I've
you're
said
saying that
Michael
I have pretty
Player.
strong opinions?
Yes, you do, and they're
I try to. The thing about communications,
Mm-hmm.
is being number one, having reasons to feel the way you do.
right.
Because we all have opinions. You remember when we were little, or I know you and I, we went to school in the same regional geographic area.
Yes.
So I would assume that probably public education in Northeast Texas was, pretty much homogenous to an extent.
Yeah.
We used to have these little worksheets called fact and opinion. And
Yeah.
they would give a statement, and as a third grader or a second grader, you had to circle.
Oh, that's right, whether it was
is this fact or opinion. And there's been a change over our generation, just Generation X, that now your opinion has become fact.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Right.
And so,
Right.
your opinion.
I can see that.
Now, I can see people looking overall at something and saying, I'm gathering information. As they do, they form an opinion. It doesn't mean it's the truth. Now, if I'm going to cohabitate with you and live in the same, in the same sphere.
Okay,
we're in the same sphere. Well, I'm trying to grasp some words, but the thing about it is, if we're going to coexist, then I have to respect your opinion. But yet, if your opinion is bunk, you need to be told. If you really think that 9/11 was a conspiracy, then you need to be told that it wasn't.
Right.
And you need to explain why it wasn't.
Right.
And the further things get away from, if you tend to think that every Muslim in the world wants to kill you,
right,
then you need to be told that's not true.
No, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff
true.
going crazy out there with people putting stuff on the internet. Well, Facebook has become the bathroom wall of the internet, where I can put anything on here to shock people. And I'm not going to have any recourse on it. I think a lot of people don't really feel the way they feel when they put their opinions on social media, but yet they do that to get people to respond to it.
Well,
it's need for this.
They better watch
attention.
out. I'll tell you what, they better watch out, because the DOJ now is looking at the internet. Homeland Security people are now looking at the internet and looking at Facebook. Now you're saying, of course, they looked at the internet, but see, they had come up with legislation to keep you from. They didn't want you to look at the people's social media because that's their private business. So let's not look at that. We can look at phone records and all that stuff, but let's not look at the Facebook. And the people that shot up everybody in San Bernardino, that girl, Taish Milek, I can't think of it. Malik. Anyway, she had on her Facebook, I want to be in the ISIS army. I want to be a part of this. This is what I want to go over there and I want to support them and I want to do whatever. She said all that on her Facebook. But because they were not allowed to look at it, today they can look at it. They changed that real quick. They went, that wasn't good.
Really?
Because it was out there. It had been out there for a long time, but they were not able to look at that. So there are things that, social media, when somebody puts that on their Facebook, then that automatic is a red flag. I want to fight for ISIS because they want to kill us.
The people in her circles, they need to, if somebody goes, I want to fight for ISIS.
They should have said something, but
well,
why would her friends call
I don't
her
even
out?
think that, I don't have an opinion. I know that ISIS originally ISIS was the vehicle in which democracy was going to come to that region. And then the most zealous, the most fundamentalist people of ISIS rise to the top. Okay? Now, there are moderate ISIS members that simply want the establishment of a caliphate in that trans-Iraqi Syrian region.
That's right, but they want Sharia, they want all those things, and so they want to spread that to all these other places, and they are going to raise the flag on the White House one day. That's what their goal is to do that.
Do we want a democratic ISIS-run government, or do we want Assad? Do you want a dictatorship backed by Russia? Or do you want the actual? And this is what Egypt. Everybody threw their hands. Oh, the Muslim Brotherhood. Blah 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 blah. Well, Egypt didn't take long. Right. They were in power for less than a year.
Yeah, they took them out.
And then democracy. That's the point. Is that sometimes it's really ugly when you see regime change.
Right.
The first part of it's really ugly, but in 10 years from now, well, democracy moved in. Well, they're beginning to have a little bit of secularism seep into the government, and people are. I'll tell you, the countries that are primed for this are Iran.
Right.
That country is ready to go as far as getting their, their theocratic establishment out and having people vote in who they want.
Ted Cruz used that very same phrase.
I didn't even watch the thing last night.
The theocratic. It was great, but
I don't.
We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it, but I'll tell you what you need to know about it.
Oh, I have TV. I just thought it was boring, so I didn't watch it.
Yeah,
boring.
It can be boring. I am saddened by the options we have for president. And actually, funny thing is,
they say the same thing in every debate. How many? What is this? Like the sixth one?
Yeah, it's like this.
No, well, Donald Trump doesn't say the same thing every time. You don't know what he's going to say. Everybody just got to, as soon as it comes his time.
Here's a sad thing. The only candidate that's making sense is probably the worst one for the whole thing. And that's
right.
Bernie Sanders. Bernie
I
Sanders.
thought you were going to say Donald Trump. I was like, Bernie Sanders. What?
Bernie Sanders makes more sense when you hear him talk, but yet when you really think about what his policies could do to the free market economic system in our country, you think, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But you know, if you really want to hear him, if you want to hear somebody that sounds like they know what they're talking about, listen to Bernie Sanders. I'm not saying vote for him, and I'm not giving him my support.
Yeah.
I'm just saying he's the only one that actually has a brain.
I have listened to him. I watched the debate with him and Hillary, and this other guy that stands up there is it's so pitiful because nothing's going to happen. It's Bernie or Hillary, and we feel pretty sure it's Hillary. So it's just like you got to see her pitted up against all these other places. Ooh. You think she's unelectable?
She has been since the whole. I just don't. She doesn't have the ability to carry California, Texas. She'll get New York maybe.
No,
she doesn't have that ability.
No, you're right. It's going to be interesting. Once she's only had like one debate. It's like this. It was nothing, and you didn't miss anything, Jarrod. And that
you didn't count that 11-hour congressional hearing
as a debate. As a debate.
I mean, I counted it as like a PR moment, but
she lost that. Even though everybody said she got through it, she stayed through the whole 11 hours. She stayed awake, and she kept talking, and so she won. She won because she stood up to him, and that was a bunch of bull, because what came out of that, we know, is that Benghazi, that 13 hours, is getting ready to come out.
It's going to be a good movie.
Oh, it's going to be a good movie. But when she said...
Is that because Michael Bay's making it?
I don't know.
The Transformer guy?
Yeah, he's making that movie.
That's good.
So basically it's going to be really dark with a lot of sun flares.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be a hot chick in it somewhere.
Yeah.
Somewhere. He's going to fit it in.
No.
I don't
You're
think
right. You're absolutely right. There is. I saw the previews.
There's going to be a hot chick somewhere.
There is. I think it's the
she's
same.
going to be curvy.
It's not Hillary, is it?
It was the same woman that was in the deal
sounds like a
to
good
get
movie.
Bin Laden. She looks just like that woman.
And it's going to be over glorified, shooting people and all that kind of stuff.
But here's the deal, though, is if you sat through all those hearings about Benghazi, as I have, all those hours and hours of that, and listened to the guys who were there do interviews and talk about how bad it was, and that they're not being able to get in there and help, and help defend the people that were there, and so that happens, and you are going to have a whole new perspective. When she sat before Congress and said that it was the video, and that's what caused the problem, and all that was ridiculous, because she sends an email that night. She sends an email that night telling, we know it's not the video. We know that it's not the video. This was a protest. And then she turns around, and all those people that were marched on the Sunday shows saying it was the video that did this. It was, it was because of this video. And they take the guy, put him in jail and all that. They knew that was a lie, and they came out and lied to the American people. At that point, it is like, why would you have somebody that can so bald-faced lie to you and lie to the parents of the ones that were killed, and holding them and saying, we're going to get the guy.
But how does that make her responsible for Benghazi?
No, because she is head of the State Department. This is your responsibility. You are the one that's supposed to be making shots and making the calls. And when they call in and say, we need to send these guys in.
So the time that the State Department sent out the memo that they should leave and they should evacuate, but they didn't. Why did they stay?
The State Department never sent for them to evacuate. Never did it. Where did you get that?
They lost connection.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, they don't call
See,
it.
I was always under
they
the
didn't get the
impression
tweet.
that somebody had him there for economic gain.
But there was never
he needed to make some
an evacuation.
Never. There needed to be
an
evacuation.
James Bond was there. They were doing some covert thing.
So
I like how you bring some lightness.
Go
to
bring.
There's got to be.
No, he comes.
There's got to be
some stuff.
I think
relief.
I think what it was is they were getting Edward Snowden out of there, because that's where he really was.
Right.
And so they're getting him out of.
Now wait, doesn't Snowden, all that stuff that they released, doesn't that have something to do with Benghazi?
Yeah.
I mean, it really does.
I mean, it's all tied, but I mean.
Doesn't he really know? Do we really know why the what's the word I'm trying to... The person who died, the head guy. What was it?
The ambassador.
Ambassador.
Stevens, yeah.
Do we really know why he stayed when everybody was saying, you need to get out, you need to get out?
No. We have no idea.
See, I think there's something behind
I bet Hillary said you need to stay.
Yeah.
No, I don't think she did.
Because everything was contained at that point. They did not want it out that Al-Qaeda, ISIS, who who did this protest, and whoever came in and shot everybody up and blew it up and had all these very sophisticated weapons, why they would have those if they just went by and got mad and was protesting.
Wait,
no, it wasn't.
What sophisticated weapons did they have?
The things that you shoot, like
Guns?
no, not it was. Yeah, RPGs.
They're not
yeah.
very sophisticated.
Well, I'm talking about
They're expensive.
It wasn't a protest. They weren't throwing rocks. Okay, it was beyond the throwing rock thing. They had planned this. This happened, and there was nobody there to defend them. And they had people they could have sent, and they were told to stand down.
So why did the people
that
just recently overthrew their dictator? Why would they then turn on the people that helped them overthrow the dictator? Why? Why did they do that?
There is not any kind of sensible, logical reason for you to say why.
I'm just asking.
They want them out of there. They want everybody out of there. Anybody's Americans, and they hate us. They want to kill us. They go in there, and it was a very dangerous time.
I don't believe that. That's what Facebook said. Everybody says they want to kill us. All Muslims want to kill us.
I didn't say all Muslims.
Hate us.
Muslims.
That's what
that
I'm
never
asking
came
you.
out of my
Hillary
mouth.
does.
Why
She
do
wants
they
to kill
want?
us.
Why are they death to America? Why do we think everything's because the people that are in control want us to think that? Have you noticed that since the end of World War II, we're always supposed to be afraid of something.
Michael,
we're always supposed to be living in fear.
Have you watched the beheadings of these people and what they do in the burning?
Those aren't even real. Those are all fake.
I'm not going to argue with that, but I'm just saying. I'm
word.
saying if you think that everybody's that way, then you've drinking the
Hillary
Kool-Aid.
paid for this.
Listen, we have so
It was
gone.
produced by the director of Transformers.
Yeah, Michael Bay made those videos.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's why the
watch-
effects are great in solar
Go
flares.
watch the movie. It starts January 15th. Go watch the movie
Opinionated.
before you vote. Before you vote. That's right, before you vote. And listen to the Cindy Cochran Show before you make a decision. It's scary out there, guys. Keep listening. Don't go away.
The Cindy Cochran Show. Real reality radio.
SPCA PetSnap of Montgomery County is a 501c3 all-volunteer-based rescue and adoption organization with a no-kill policy for healthy and adoptable animals. Our goals are fourfold: to rescue and rehabilitate homeless animals, to provide a safe haven for the animals until a suitable adoption or foster care home is found or until they are reunited with their owner, to educate the public about the great need to reduce pet population, which includes the importance of having their pets spayed and neutered, and to further the cause for humane and responsible pet ownership, and to provide a low-cost spay-neuter clinic for people who are unable to afford to spay or neuter their pets otherwise. SPCA PetSnap of Montgomery County encourages you to think adoption first. You can contact us at www.spcaofmc.com.
Lone Star Internet Radio is now bringing you the weekly business hour show each Monday morning at 11 a.m. My name is Rick Schissler, and I will be your host. Each week we will be bringing you local, area, and national business news that you can use. The program will also feature an interview with a local or national business person who will share their own experiences, successes, and failures in operating their businesses. Our show is for anyone who already owns a business, whether they work solo or have employees, and for those who are thinking about starting their own businesses. A bit of information about myself. Again, my name is Rick Schissler, and I am a Silver Fox advisor who has over 40 years' experience as a serial entrepreneur. As a part of our show, I will offer some advice and encouragement on our monthly topic, and I will take your questions by email at rschissler@silverfox.org or call into the station at 936-647-3776. See you on the radio Monday at 11 a.m. for the weekly business hour.
In a world where everyone with a smartphone is a photographer, unique images still stand out in local newspapers, magazines, and on the internet. Writer and photographer Brad Meyer has gained a reputation for innovation and quality, specializing in an editorial approach to portraits and event photography. For information, visit bkmeyer.com or call 281-221-4812.
The East Texas Dream Center is in need of your help. We are a nonprofit Christian organization that houses women and children who are trying to get their lives back after being homeless, abused, or addicted. We are conveniently located at 301 South 1st Street, Conroe, Texas, 77301, right here in Montgomery County. Our needs are financial and every needs of gasoline, cleaning supplies, laundry soap, Lysol, and whatever else God puts in your heart. To help our ladies and children, please consider a donation. You may visit our website at www.easttexasdreamcenter.org. Again, so you don't forget, it's www.easttexasdreamcenter.org. Donations are tax deductible. Remember what Jesus said, with God, nothing is impossible.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the first daily talk show serving Montgomery County.
I gotta hear his voice.
The young cowboy was living good. His life was well to do.
Wow.
That's
wow.
Jarrod Sterrett, ladies and
Jarrod
gentlemen.
Sterrett, and he is live in the studio. But you can get his CD anytime you want. Oh, he's got those CDs out there ready to sell. And once you buy one, then you're gonna have to go see him. And so the next time he's gonna play is in Palestine.
Palestine at the Longhorn Dance Hall.
Longhorn Dance Hall.
Yes, on Saturday night.
You and Jarrod Sterrett at the Longhorn Dance Hall.
not
That's
me.
all you'll ever do. No, I'm talking about the listener.
That is Jarrod.
I'm talking about the
listener
listener,
and Jarrod Sterrett.
you could be there with
Now,
Jarrod
this is the
Sterrett
first time
live.
you're there in that venue?
Yes.
And Palestine is a small town, but where is it exactly, the Longhorn? Did it used to be something else?
No, it's a new venue, brand new, built from the ground up.
Awesome.
And
For
it's-
Jarrod Sterrett, yeah.
It is a dance hall, a legitimate dance hall. It's not a bar. It's not a bar and grill. It's not a nightclub. It's a damn dance hall.
So
Right
people
on.
are going to be
That's
dancing
good.
while you're singing.
That's what he does,
Now,
man.
isn't that
Have you-
weird, though?
This guy right here.
When you have people dancing and they dance past you and the girls are winking at you and the guys goes back to you, and so how do you handle that, Jarrod? You know, I was
Ask
going to
this
ask
question
questions like
every
this
time he
every
comes on.
time.
Jared's been our guest. Like, this is the third time.
A lot. Oh, he's been there a lot of
Yes.
times.
been
Cindy
here a lot.
always wants to know how Jarrod handles all the attention.
Yeah, and I want to know.
Well, when that happens, I just smile.
There
and
you
then
go.
When the girls dance by me and the guy winks at me, I go, "Oh, that's weird."
Okay, you have that was good. Okay,
It's funny.
No, it's not.
that was good.
It's funny that you mentioned that because
Uh-oh, boy.
this last gig that I had
Yeah.
in Fairfield, I shouldn't even. I guess everybody's like, hey, get it out there.
You
in the
didn't
world.
have to say
There
where
was
it was.
there was a young man in his early 20s,
Yeah.
and he was wearing skinny jeans.
Ah.
And this is a
Yes.
country. This is the Lone Star Cantina in Fairfield, and he's wearing the hipster boots.
Yeah, but it's real
with
close
the
to
skinny
Dallas.
jeans
Though, see. Okay. go ahead.
and a tight-fitting T-shirt. And it's obviously he doesn't work out because he has the body shape of a small weenie. You know, a package of weenies. You know, it's just he has no.
try and get out of-
Let's just
okay.
say it. He has
There's
no
no-
muscle definition.
no
At least
abs,
Luke
okay.
Bryan. When Luke Bryan wears skinny jeans, he does look like he was an athlete. Or I don't know, maybe it was, but you know, he looks like he tries to work out or something.
Michael
He's
is
still
really-
very feminine looking, but this guy
Michael
kept
studied
walking
this.
by the stage, and he'd look up there at us, you know, because people look at the stage when band's playing. And this one time, I could not help but literally roll my eyes and look away. And I know people in the audience saw me do that.
Wait a minute. Did
I
you-
just couldn't.
Wait a
I
minute,
could
Michael.
not. I just
Michael.
looked at him and I was like, dude.
Michael, did
Well,
you have a
I'm just-
moment?
I had. You talked
you have
about
a moment?
opinions.
Okay.
You talked about opinions, and I'm opinionated on skinny jeans.
Yeah.
Young men need to know how to dress. You know, they need to know, and it's not dressing like their single moms that raised them. You don't dress like your single mom that raised you. You put on some manly jeans with some manly boots and walk around and open doors for women and say yes ma'am and no ma'am, and I don't give a dang where you're from. That's what you do. You don't walk around playing pool in skinny jeans.
It's not okay to wear your sister's pants to the bar. Are you sure?
Well, at least we know this. We know this that his jeans were hanging around his behind you. We saw his underwear, right? You didn't see any
No,
underwear.
he wasn't
Okay.
sagging. He was
Okay.
not sagging.
Pants
In
on
fact,
the
I'd
ground.
rather.
Pants
I'd,
on
on
the
the
ground. That's right.
Looking like a fool with your pants.
I
on
would
the
rather.
ground.
I can tolerate sagging more than I can tolerate a man wearing women's clothes. I mean, that's just you know.
Yeah, I
it's-
understand.
I have levels.
I'm totally
I have levels
understand,
of fashion, acceptable fashion.
right.
And the point is,
Well,
that,
Bruce Jenner is famous for being a man wearing a woman's clothes.
you know, I saw something on Facebook
But he
and I
is
laughed.
a woman, though.
It
He
said
thinks
it
he's
has
a
a
woman
meme.
now.
You know those memes, those things. Or is that how you pronounce them? MEME memes.
Yeah.
And it says, "Men are better than women at everything." And then at the bottom it said, "We even won Woman of the Year," and it has a picture of
Bruce Jenner.
Bruce Jenner. And I thought that's so. You know, I'm not being serious. That's not. To me, that's funny.
They showed
Yeah.
a clip of that of him winning Woman of the Year or
Yeah.
the ESPY Award or whatever it
Yeah.
was, and it was really creepy because you see this woman walk up to there, and you see these lips moving, just very silent, and then all of a sudden, you know, Bruce Jenner gets on the mic and goes, "Thank you for giving me this award," and you go, "Oh,
Well,
He didn't get the hormone therapy to raise his voice
Not
like
yet.
Michael Jackson did. You know, Michael Jackson used to do that.
no, I didn't know that."
No, when this is way back in the 80s, when in like around 80, 81, his voice, as he got older, you know, his voice started to drop. And so he took hormone therapy to keep his voice. You know, you want
Well, sure,
you know,
that's how he
do
made
all
his
that.
money. It was a business move, but
Well,
I
sure.
don't think what
that
Bruce
messes
Jenner
up-
did was a business move. And I know a lot of people that will not call him anything but Bruce Jenner. I don't care what
No,
he's
it's
wearing.
a psychological. It's
gonna
body
be-
dysmorphism. It has a mental root. It has something to do with the way you see yourself
right.
versus how you're perceived
Right.
versus how you want to see. You're always. It's just like, you know, like I said before. From after World War II, we've always been taught as a society to be afraid of something. Well, we've also been pandered to by marketers. We've always been taught that you need to do this, you need to have this, you need to go buy this, you're not pretty until you wear makeup, you're not handsome until you wear a cowboy hat, or
But what if we say you're
And
not cool?
you wear manly jeans and boots
Yeah.
and walk
right.
around a certain way.
Well,
and
some
that you're
things
not
are
cool unless you have bought Jarrod Sterrett's CD. How can they buy your CD?
Oh man, I love that, Cindy. I don't know if I want my CD being in this conversation with this other stuff.
It was
It's
a bad
the most
transition.
opinionated.
It was
the
a
most opinionated morning show or
bad
talk show
transition. Okay.
Well, all right.
LoneStar.com.
Both of my albums are available on cdbaby.com.
What now? Say
My first one is available on iTunes.
Okay, it is available on iTunes. Your first one,
The first one. The second one is not yet distributed.
but they can
online,
get
but
it on what?
cdbaby.com.
cdbaby.com. Now, is that yours? Is that
No,
Or is that- is
CD
that-
Baby's a international
is it
distributor.
distribution? Okay. That is so cool. cdbaby.com, and then they type in.
Jarrod Sterrett.
Okay, here's how you got to spell it, guys.
Okay,
JARRODSTERRETT.
Yeah.
Right? I did it. Okay.
Two T's there on the end.
See, it's not
Yeah.
easy.
It's Jarrod
You were
with
getting
two
on to me
R's.
because I
It's-
couldn't spell it right.
No, I couldn't pronounce it. I called him every name in the book, but except Jarrod Sterrett. I couldn't. I just finally Mark said, "Act like Sterrett. You're going to stare it, like stare it." And I went, "Oh, okay,
Yeah,
all right, yeah,
To stare at something and then, IT.
yeah, that's right. There you go." So
That's how it's pronounced, but it doesn't.
but Jarrod. But really, if you just type in JARROD and then it'll just come up, right?
There are 3 Jarrods on cdbaby.com.
Oh, brother!
Spelled like me.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
Spelled like your name?
Yeah. Jared
Okay.
Birmingham and Jared Spector are the other 2.
Okay, and then Sterrett. Okay, so if you want to hear some really cool music. Now, here's what I was really impressed with Jarrod. Jarrod had come on the show, and in fact, I first met Jarrod. Mark Hader and I were sitting in front of the Conroe Coffee,
yeah.
and here comes this guy walking down the street, and he looks like should be a country music star. He just had that look. There's just that look, and I said, I wonder if he can sing a note, because he looks like he should be a country star. And he got closer.
Country western star?
No, country star. I tried to say country music star. Okay, country music star. Shut up. And so as he got closer, he just looked more and more like that's what he should be doing. And then we saw, he had a guitar with you. I said, okay, this guy has a guitar. He's got the look. And also we stopped him and said, are you a country singer? I think I said, you're a cowboy singer.
And that was weird. You just picked me out of the blue to be a country singer.
Yeah, and I said,
You didn't have a
you've gotta
guitar in
be.
your hands?
No.
I
Oh,
thought
that's
you
right.
did.
You don't bring your guitar.
I thought I saw you. No, I said, "Do you play the guitar?" I may have asked him, "Do you play the guitar?" And he said, "Yeah." So, but the way he talked, of course, 5 words out of his mouth, I knew that you better be a country music star. So anyway, we talked. We had him on the show, and then
the
he
next
had a
day.
CD. He had, and he came in, and when the way he talked with, was just like very polite, very gentlemanly, and all that. And but was just like someone that you'd expect. Was like, "Yes, ma'am. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I like it, and I like it." But he wouldn't expound a lot on a lot of stuff. So I went to go see him play. I said, "I got to see how this guy performs on stage." And they let me introduce you let me introduce your band one time.
Oh, yeah.
One time.
She brought us on.
One time. And
It's nice.
and so I sat down with Richard, and Richard was trying to get the scorpion out of the bottom of a bottle or something. What were you doing? What were you drinking that you were trying to get something from the bottom of the bottle?
Was there a worm in the mezcal or what?
Was that what? Okay. Anyway, he was
He doesn't
feeling
remember?
no pain. He doesn't remember.
That was that kind of night.
I think that's that kind of drink that you have. But anyway, so I sat back and Jarrod started performing, and it was like, what happened to this guy? I thought he had channeled Garth Brooks. He was all over the stage. He was talking to everybody. Hey, what's going on there? And I was like, good grief, you are an entertainer as well. So I was really impressed with how you handled the stage and then singing as well. And then the ultimate was he wrote a song for the Mark and Cindy show, and it played for almost 2 years. With Mark and Cindy
Talented.
Yeah. So he's
Very talented.
He's a talented guy, and it was great having the privilege to be able to introduce their guy, the Big Guns. Is it the Big Guns?
Hired guns.
Oh, Hired. I knew there were some
She
guns.
does a lot of show prep.
I didn't think I was going to say the name of this band. Okay. Anyway, you guys, we'll be right back. Don't go away. You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show, and we're going to be talking politics and music and Star Wars, whatever comes to mind. You want to join in? We got a number, 936-647-3776.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the most opinionated talk show on radio.
Doing business since 1985, Assistance League of Montgomery County is a nonprofit, all-volunteer organization where all proceeds stay in Montgomery County. Through our Operation School Bell program, we have provided new clothes to over 50,000 students in our county. Visit our thrift shop at 126 North San Jacinto Street in downtown Conroe, or call us at 936-760-1151. Don't forget to like us on Facebook.
Tune in every Sunday night right here on Lone Star Internet Radio for adventure, romance, thrills, chills, and everything vintage radio drama can bring. The Players Theater Company Old Time Radio Hour comes to you every Sunday at 7 p.m. with brand new episodes monthly. Our productions always feature actors, music, and sound effects performed completely live. And now you can enjoy seeing each new episode performed on stage at the Owen Theater in Conroe. Check out www.irlonestar.com for information about upcoming episodes. Relive the glory days of vintage radio drama right here with the Players Theater Company Old Time Radio Hour on Lone Star Internet Radio.
In a world where everyone with a smartphone is a photographer, unique images still stand out in local newspapers, magazines, and on the internet. Writer and photographer Brad Meyer has gained a reputation for innovation and quality, specializing in an editorial approach to portraits and event photography. For information, visit bkmeyer.com or call 281-221-4812.
At Jazzy Junk, volunteers reclaim, restore, and recycle. Jazzy Junk is a non-profit resale storefront where you will discover wonderful, unique finds at very affordable prices on furniture, antiques, books, art, home decor, and more. When you shop Jazzy Junk, you support New Danville, a community for adults with developmental disabilities. We receive new donations daily, so plan a visit to Jazzy Junk today to find that perfect item or gift. Our motto is here today, gone today, so remember to hurry in and shop often for the best selection. Jazzy Junk is located in the outlets at Conroe on League Line Road and I-45 North. Call 936-441-4500 or visit our website, jazzyjunk.org. That's JUNQUE for more information and store hours.
The Cindy Cochran Show. You ain't heard nothing yet.
Now back in his clothes and almost cried from troubles on.
Yeah, that's Jarrod Sterrett.
He drank
He's there, but he's live here, but he's outside on the phone. You know when you take a cell phone? Took a cell phone call. No, because he knew we were going to talk about you this time.
It sounded pretty important. Maybe somebody wanted him to play a gig.
Yeah.
He took it.
You always take phone call. You always take a phone call. It's okay, Jarrod. It's fine. You know he's back. We're listening to your voice.
I have something funny to share with your listeners.
Okay, hang on a second. I got to tell them we're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. I just got to remind everybody again.
Right on.
And if you want to call in and talk to Jarrod live or talk to Michael Player, these are the Conroe royalty country music people here. And so we...
Right here on the Cindy Cochran Show.
That's right. Only on the Cindy Cochran Show, because I get them exclusively.
At irlonestar.com.
Because I buy coffee. That's why I know. That's why I get them. Anyway, so everybody, thank you so much. If you want to talk to these guys live, you can call 936-647-3776, and they will love to answer any of your questions.
They're going to be opinionated.
It's got to be opinionated, though. Okay, Michael. What do you want to tell my listeners?
Well, I have a story that if anybody has an iPhone, they've come out with these new emojis. And if you don't know, I guess they're called emojis. This is what I think they're called.
Yeah.
But they're little symbols on if you look at the bottom left. And so she's been texted me. Cindy and I will talk about the show, and we'll text. Mm-hmm. And so I just randomly will text her emojis. And it's blowing her mind.
I didn't know what it was.
She doesn't understand that these symbols don't really mean
okay,
like
so
a cow and an acorn.
So he sends me a picture of a cow, and I said, okay, you calling me a heifer or until the cows come home? What does that symbol mean? And then he sends me a panda. I said, okay, now does this mean you're pandering to me? I don't understand. What does this stand for? And then it looked like poop.
Yeah.
Is that what that is? Was poop?
This pile of poopy with little eyes on it?
With a face on it? Yeah.
No, that right there, that looks poopy. Like...
So the idea
that's
is
an acorn or something. I don't know what that is.
You send her the cow and then the pile of poopy, and it stands for bullsh.
Oh, see, I didn't know. Okay.
I didn't know that. But, I think that there's a way you can communicate using emojis. But I just think that they're funny, and I thought that's exactly that. You're so confused right now by what I'm sending you, and I'm just sitting here laughing my own little private joke because I'm sitting. So if you really want to have fun with somebody, just start sending them a bunch of emojis that don't really mean anything.
Yeah, because I'm going to take this to an emoji translator, and I'm going to take and find out what you were really trying to tell me. But finally,
there's a guitar emoji. There's
a
horse emoji.
That's what you should be.
Oh, there's a glass of wine.
Okay.
See, there's 2 beers and there's a bottle of draft beer. There's champagne.
Okay, we've lost Michael. All right. Anyway, so
he's playing with his emojis now.
Tonight, you got to get some rest because tonight you guys have got a big gig going on. With Cadence Hope.
Cadence Hope has
at the Crescent Moon Bar.
Mm-hmm. And I will say this much: it's going to be the best. It's the most. I'm more excited about the entertainment lineup for this Cadence Hope than anything that Cadence Hope has ever done. It's at Crescent Moon
Bar.
Go to cadencehope.org and find out information on how to come and be a part of it. And we're inviting everybody.
You spell Cadence.
CAIDENS.
Got a lot of spelling going on, man. CAIDENS.
And it's named after a young man who kind of was the inspiration for the foundation.
That's right.
But it goes to help people that are in ICU. They're not people,
children.
But the families of children in ICU. So, whereas some families may have insurance, may not, but there's a lot of living expenses associated with
because no one expects that long to have to be away from their home, and they give them the gas.
This is a charity.
They give them, help them with transportation.
Hotel,
it's an amazing thing. And Jarrod was here on the telethon.
I was here for the Cadence Hope radio telethon.
We raised almost $1,000.
Oh, that's that is so great. That is so great because every little bit helps on that. So that's at the Crescent Moon Bar tonight.
Crescent Moon is on Rayford If you go down 45 or up 45, you're going to go east on Rayford.
East on Rayford.
And it's about 2 or 3 blocks there on the right.
Is it before
the strip center?
The railroad track?
It is before the. In fact, so you get Crescent Moon, and then you'll have Cane's Wings.
Yeah.
You know, the Cane's,
okay.
or not
it's
wings,
right
but
there.
chicken strips.
Right.
It's right before you get to Cane's. If you go past Cane's, it's gone too far.
Now that's the way we give
I love those directions,
in
man.
Texas.
Man,
That's the way
well,
you
the
do
Cane's
it.
is close to the. You'll be able to see that. Then the Crescent Moon. It's called the Crescent Moon Wine Bar, but they have beer and liquor there too. I mean, they're full service.
Yeah.
They have 5-star food there. Unbelievable.
Full bar, full restaurant.
Full bar, full restaurant. And it's not just like pub grub. It's real gourmet
Real good
food.
stuff.
Real
Okay.
good stuff. And so the entertainment is Jessie Roach, who's a very talented and gorgeous young woman. She's going to be there.
And Cody Joe Hodges.
Cody Joe Hodges is going to be there. He's got songs on the Texas country charts. He's a good entertainer. Then me and Troy Bates are going to be there.
Troy's going to be there?
Troy's going to
Troy
be there.
Bates.
Oh, man. If you haven't experienced Troy Bates,
Yeah,
he
CMA Texas Fiddle Player of the Year.
That's right. He came on right before he received the award, but he knew he was getting the award. And he came on with Michael, and he took out this black fiddle that looked like this is what Darth Vader would play. It was amazing. And he starts playing this, and it's the sexiest violin sound I'd ever heard. And I said, now that I could listen to. A lot of country music that does the I can't handle that. But that was just amazing. So he made me a believer in that. So Troy Bates is great. So
How did that go again, Cindy?
You know, it's just like the scratch.
You can tell the differentiation of a true country fan. That
you know that's right.
It's,
right.
You know, there's that level. There's that. I'd like to hook somebody up to those little EKGs or whatever those brain things are. And people, first of all, I want to vet them, and I want to say, are you a country music fan or are you not? So the people that say, well, I like country music, but well, who do you listen to? Sam Riggs and all that. No, I mean, not Sam Riggs, but Sam Hunt and all those people. Sam Riggs is good. I like his music. I didn't mean to lump him in with that Nashville crap, but I'm sorry.
I like that Jarrod Sterrett and Michael Player guy too.
So I want, but I want to hear I want to see what their brain functions at when they hear fiddle and then they hear banjo, versus when they hear, when they hear the same thing. So who's a fan, who's not? Because if there's like that brain function that says, "You don't like it." One time, I used to work with a man who was an expert in hip hop, and the hip hop that he really knew was like from the beginning, the Sugar Hill Gang, the 1979 up through 94.
Grandmaster Flash.
Yeah, I mean the old hip hop. He was an expert. There's nothing he didn't know, all the way up through 2000. I mean but I let him listen to the Gourds covering Gin and Juice when we were on the golf course one time.
Oh Lord!
And he heard the mandolin and the banjo and the hick accent. And he listened to this, and I was like, this song? It's like, I don't have a clue what that song is. Because he heard Hicks rapping, and he heard the mando chop, and he heard is there fiddle on that tune? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's very bluegrassy sound, but it's and it sounds like. Well, go look it up. It's the Gourds. It's Shiny Ribs. It's
goofy.
So much drama in LBC. It's kind of hard being Snoop D-O. When he heard that, he could not get. He listened to a minute or two of the song, and he's like, I have no idea what the song is. I was like, come on, man. We have sung along to Snoop's version of this and Dr. Dre's version, NWA.
That is funny.
Because when people hear the banjo or they hear the fiddle, there's just something that flips in their ears sometimes. I think that they're
right.
I don't know what that is. I'm not affiliated with that. They get away from it.
Well, I think my indoctrination of country music was that sound and the whine and the whiny, all that sound that was negative. Everything was negative. Everybody was divorcing. It was bad. So every time you heard a song, it was sad, and it was depressing because of the stories they would tell. Yeah. It was nothing like fun that you could go like, oh boy, I just lost my wife and my dog is dead, and there was nothing that was fun about that.
I think you've bought into the stereotype.
Well. Okay, this is like from the 50s and 60s, and listening to Merle Haggard and seeing the shows they have on TV that you go like, oh man, and then having to drive in cars for hours and hours listening to that and going like, I cannot relate to this at all. I just couldn't relate to it.
That's what happened. Because you heard the first 3 or 4 songs and you made your decision. But you never heard George Jones's stuff. That was
What are you talking about? It was like George Jones had crossed over like to Kilt. KILT was our, what the young kids listened to, and he was crossed over into that. He was he was the mainstay of that. All that.
You hear the Buddy Holly influence and that sort of rockabilly influence in country music. And my mother, here's the story with me, is my mother really didn't like country music in the house. And I asked her one time, I was like, why can't we listen to this? And she says, Michael, country music is the most immoral music there is.
There you go.
And I didn't realize it, but she, just like her,
right.
she had grown up in that time where it was, Johnny Cash singing about killing people and that sort of thing, that outlaw thing. And then there's the whole thing about Conway Twitty, who sung a lot of songs.
By the way, myself and Michael Player, you wouldn't know it to listen to us now because we're hell-raising honky-tonkers, but we both grew up in the Bible Belt.
Yeah.
Where,
that was a big deal.
Well, but you guys, here's the
deal. You go to
deal.
church and they say, do not listen to country music. Country music's garbage. They're always talking about drinking.
See how good it is now. But
it was. It was talking about drinking, cheating. I think it had that stereotype.
Did that really affect y'all today? Because that's what y'all pretty much still do.
Yeah.
No, they do.
Well, it was about real life. I think, you're also talking about when I was 12 years old. So do you want your kids, you want to say, there's a tear in my beer? Oh, my gosh, my 12-year-old.
I would be so proud of my kid if he sang Hank Jr.
y'all follow the music.
Hank Sr., yeah.
There is no...
Both of them did that one.
Well, one thing I can tell you is I never thought in the world, in the whole world, I would one day be hosting a show that would have, a regular of country music on it. That's just amazing. But you guys have helped me...
I'm just glad you don't say country and western anymore.
That's right. You let me not say that.
We play both kinds, country and western.
Okay, listen, you're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show, and as we go out listening to Jarrod Sterrett's voice, we'll be right back. Don't go away, because we got more to say.
The Cindy Cochran Show. Even if these walls could talk, they couldn't get a word in edgewise.
In a world where everyone with a smartphone is a photographer, unique images still stand out in local newspapers, magazines, and on the internet. Writer and photographer Brad Meyer has gained a reputation for innovation and quality, specializing in an editorial approach to portraits and event photography. For information, visit bkmeyer.com or call 281-221-4812.
The Conroe YMCA's benchmark adaptive programming for kids and adults is Leap of Faith. Leap of Faith is an equine-assisted therapy program serving children and adults with adaptive needs. The riders in our Leap of Faith program are working to address and manage specific aspects of their lives impacted by illness, injury, or disability. The Leap of Faith program has experience working with riders who are living with attention deficit or other hyperactivity disorders, hearing impairments, visual impairments, developmental delays or disabilities, autism, Down syndrome, multiple sclerosis, muscular dystrophy, head traumas, brain injuries, and paralysis. Our program uses horseback riding to develop self-confidence and self-esteem, to increase upper and lower body strength, assist in respiratory issues, and establish a trusting relationship between the rider and their horse. Not only do these activities aid in the physical and mental development of the rider, but they also foster self-reliance and independence. For more information regarding our program, to become a rider, or to volunteer with a great group of people, please call our Welcome Center at 936-441-9622 or visit our website at www.ymcahouston.org/Conroe.
Howdy, folks. Cable Smith, host of the Lone Star Outdoors Show, inviting you to join me Saturday mornings from 7 to 8 on Lone Star Internet Radio for Texas' premier hunting, fishing, and outdoor talk show. So pour yourself another cup of coffee and pull up that stool a little closer to the old campfire, because if you can catch it or kill it in Texas, we're going to talk about it. That's right. bucks and ducks, gobblers, monster bass, redfish, trout, and a whole lot more. Plus, you never know what outdoor celebrity is going to drop by, from Phil the Duck Commander Robertson to fishing legend Bill Dance or everybody's favorite uncle Ted Nugent. Heck, we might even mix in an interview and hear some brand spanking new Texas music from one of your favorite Texas musicians like Robert Earl Keen, Brandon Ryder, or the honky-tonk kid himself, Aaron Watson. Loved or hated but never ignored, it's the Lone Star Outdoors Show with me, Cable Smith, Saturday mornings from 7 to 8 right here on Lone Star Internet Radio on irlonestar.com.
I'm Lieutenant Bob Berry with the Conroe Police Department, reminding you that drinking and driving do not mix. Drinking and driving causes an alcohol-related fatality every hour in the United States. Stay sober and stay alive.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the first daily talk show serving Montgomery County.
What she said, I hate you, boy, stay out of my life, you best leave me be.
And we're back. The Cindy Cochran Show with Jarrod Sterrett bringing us into this final segment. And, we had so much to talk about that it was... I didn't get to the stuff I wanted to talk about the debate, and I wanted to talk about LA
we can still talk.
Closing down. No, we're out. We're just about out of time.
Well,
but
this is Texas Music Wednesdays.
I understand that, but I always like to talk some little politics, especially the GOP debate just happened, and then LA closed down its school system, and want to talk about was that did they just overreact? Because New York got the same email talking about what they're going to do to the schools. Which side would you be on that? We'll talk about that tomorrow. Hopefully I have a guest that just loves to talk about the debates and politics and all that. So we're going to be back tomorrow, Thursday, and that is the day that you can go see Star Wars. So I hope that somebody's listening to the radio while other people are out.
They already started showing it, right?
I thought it was tomorrow they start showing it. Not today.
They started showing pre-screenings last night at midnight.
At midnight, okay. That's right. Yeah, but nobody goes at midnight. No, I'm sure a lot of people.
Nobody goes. I'm pretty sure everybody goes. There's a big line waiting for the new Star Wars movie.
All dressed up.
They're all dressed up in character and everything.
But there are tickets available, so do not be afraid and don't be dissuaded because of all the hype and stuff. There are tickets available to the Grand Theater here in Willis. In Willis, there are tickets available. So if you guys want to go, and it starts tomorrow night, or tomorrow during the day, you can go see it, and then and just go crazy, see it as many times as you want to. But it's had good reviews from people that have seen it. They've been talking about how amazing it is, and these aren't people that are going to be profiting off the sale of the tickets. So that's pretty good to know.
And if you think the line is too long to go see Star Wars on Saturday night, go to the Longhorn Dance Hall and see Jarrod Sterrett and the Hired Guns.
There you go. I like that. I like good promotion. That's the way you promote yourself. Michael Player, thank you so much for being here. He's such a generous guy because he brings in this talent. He's as talented as himself, but he brings in this talent to share with us. But Jarrod Sterrett he's a mainstay here in Conroe, so everybody knows Jarrod Sterrett. You can't walk down the street with these guys. They know everybody, and everybody knows them. So thank you guys for being with us, and thank you, listeners, so much. We'll be back tomorrow. And remember, you can always Facebook me at The Cindy Cochran Show and give me some suggestions, only if they're nice. Okay. Anyway, you guys remember that God loves you. God's got this. And make somebody happy, you'll be happier. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
She offered him a drink.
Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed the show. Any comments, suggestions of topics, email me at thecindycochrансhow@gmail.com. Also, check out my Facebook page, The Cindy Cochran Show. Join me live Monday through Friday. See ya.